Okay, hello there everybody. Well, unfortunately, I started working on this carburetor and had a bit of a problem because I did a video before and it never worked. Would not load, I don't know why. And so, you missed my first part where I took apart this carburetor, and if you look, it is a Solex pict 28, which is for a 61 Volkswagen. And I've already took the float out and checked inside. The bowl's clean. There's nothing wrong in there at all. It's nice and clean. Everything else is clean. I went ahead and I even painted this with Eastwood Lumablast. Just because I cleaned it up and it still didn't look quite that great, so I figured, well, what's it gonna hurt? Nothing. I had to take it apart anyway, so anyhow, so what we have here, let's see what we're taking apart here. Oh yeah, took the old gasket out and found the right one from the kit. And this kit is good for basically for 4 different carburetors. So anyhow, so first off, the other gasket looked a little bit different than this one. It's a bit chewed up. So luckily I found the right one the first time. So that's okay. So that'll work. And this little gizzy right here I got to replace. And let's see, which number is that one? Where do they show that at? Okay. See, is that number? No. It's not number 6, is it? Anyway, I've already replaced the diaphragm. I see their old one. It was, well, it's kind of starting to separate actually. Anyhow, so I did that one, and Shelby, what are you doing down there? And let's see, where do I have? Oh yeah, I got one of these. Hold on here. All this neat stuff here. Unfortunately, this carburetor is not complete though. That's the other thing I found out. If you look at the side, let's see, it's not on this part of it. It's on the other part of it. It's on the top part. There's no plate covering it and nothing inside. This part inside that operates the butterfly valve, it does work, but I really don't know what else there would be in there. And it operates freely enough. So anyhow, I'll have to research that. But at least that much will be pretty much at the end anyway. And let's see, oh, I got the float. So put the float back in. Get the pin back in there. And this float actually was plastic. And it's in perfectly good shape. There's no, as you can see, there's nothing wrong with it, no cracks, no nothing. So it's really in good shape. I was kind of surprised for something made in '61. I swear this thing's been rebuilt before, at least once. Okay, drop it in first. And then put the pin back in. And there we go. So that's inside. The new diaphragm is behind here. Actually, that's where it goes. That's where this guy came from. So the new one's in there now. So I guess all I gotta do is put that new one in. Move this out of the way. So we shall flip that over and Oh, that's right, I need a gasket too. Let's see, no, these red gaskets, where is it? Ah, there it is. I'll use my teeth. These are still mine. Got all my own teeth. I guess it's 65, I'm pretty lucky. Let's see here. Well, come on, get out of there. What are you doing? Oh, he's drinking. Silly dog. Oh, come on. Can't be that hard. It's only plastic. I'll figure on eating plastic today. Extra plastic bags. Okay, now I still got to figure out. One diameter is a little bit smaller than the other, so I've got to find the right gasket. And we shall see which one it is. And it would seem to be that one. So now, I wonder how tight that is. Now you can come out there. There, okay. Yeah, she'll follow me around. Okay. Yeah, rather than search for a bunch of wrenches, use my handy dandy crescent wrench. And we'll see if I can break that sucker loose. Not too hard. Yeah. I'll do it this way so you guys can see what I'm doing. Anyhow, I'm just going to remove this one. Isn't that pretty tight? Put a new one in. Just on general principles. Actually, I think it's in pretty good shape, but oh well, got a new one, put a new one in. Okay. Yep. What are you doing, dog? Can you tap my feet? Okay. So, not a big deal. Yeah, pretty clear. All right. So. There is a difference. I didn't think there was. There's a slight difference in this one, that one and this one. So guess what? I'll put the old one back in because I don't think that's the right one. Because it doesn't look like there's anything wrong with the old one anyway. It moves freely up and down, as you can see. So, I'm just going to put it back in. The other one doesn't look quite right, so. Discretion is a better part of valor, they say. So, we are putting it back in. Man. go. Okay, so that's back. Now, here's a new one. New gasket's going to go back on there. Should hold the float and all in place. Check the float again, make sure that it's still okay. It's still in there. This gasket's going to hold that. Make sure that doesn't pop out of place. And push the cover back on. And yes, we're doing this dry. There's no gasket stuff on there at all. It's totally dry. A lot of screws though. Yeah, that much. See what I'm doing? I'm just putting it all back together. Shelby, what are you doing over there in the corner? I moved the bird seed. There's no mice over there in the corner anymore. That's the other problem I have out here in the garage. I made the mistake of sticking a sack of bird seed in the garage I have for the bird feeder outside. And of course, what happened? I had a little visitor come in from outside eating the bird seed. So, yeah, not too good to have mice in your garage. So that took a while to get him out of here. Actually just caught him coming back in again to get the more bird seed. That was the end of him. I just let the cat loose in the garage. Yeah. Alright, anyway. So, that's back in, that's back in. Everything's back in. Needle valves, I got new needle valves in it. Pretty much everything's back in there. Now I have no idea where this triangular one came from. But I see no place else on this carburetor where it would go, so I'm assuming it goes on the other type. But anyway, be that as it may, everything else looks to be pretty good shape. And all I need now is that. Okay, so that one is pretty much ready to go, except for that one part that's missing, which I'm going to have to find probably on eBay from another junk carb somewhere or something, I don't know. But I'll end up figuring that one out. And while I'm here in my garage, turn around here, and here is my 2004 Buick. Okay, it's no Buick. I don't have a Buick around here. I had a Buick up the street, 1929. This is my 2004 Mercury Grand Marquis, and I just finished. Notice how that thing kind of shines a bit because I used McGuire's quick detailer. So works out pretty good. This paint job is the original paint job, so it's 12 years old, and it's still in pretty good shape. But if you look at this vehicle, I have a few problems. This is the one that I had parked in a garage. There's a, there's a tube a 2-inch tube garage at my steel tubing garage that my brother had up at his place, and it snowed really hard that night, and I had the car in that garage, and overnight it got snow on top of it, got so heavy it collapsed the entire garage on his car. So it destroyed the windshield, and actually the cowling, I don't know if you can see this or not, but let me look here closer. Yeah, here it is. This is where I had to seal up the cowling because it was all busted up. So I had to go ahead and fix that. I wasn't going to go and get a new one for it. And then this whole back end of the car was caved in. Back here, see right here, that's where I patched in. I've filled in most of it. I pounded it out first, but this whole entire back end was just totally crushed down. And needless to say, I was not able to drive it out until I got a glass company out there. But other than that, it's still been a nice running car. It's got a 4.6 liter V8. And that's why I said I'll never drive a small car again, because this one still gets 28 miles per gallon on the highway and 22 around town. So I really can't do much better than that for a big car. Okay, so